Not surprisingly, Man United fans are talking about what moves them to the next level. So Alex has got in touch to say Man United should go for Ruben Neves this January, a defensive midfielder with a great past, Premier League experience, and a teammate of Bruno, Dalot and Ronaldo for Portugal. Meanwhile, Cormac says if United still consider themselves to be a big club, they should be doing everything they can to sign Bellingham this window. Creative, leader, winner, all lacking from United's midfield for years now. What is it then with this United team? Is it about doing that, going out and spending more money, or is it about the fact that they've got the players, they just need to get them playing in a way that's good enough?
Yeah, they do, because we was watching the first half especially that midfield three with, Fernandez, McTominay and Fred. There was a spell, wasn't there, 10 minutes, where they was everywhere. There was no structure at midfield. McTominay was sort of trying to be the pivot. Then one time he was in front of Fred. Fred was, the base. And there was no structure to it at all. And when they grew into the game, when they grew confidence, then you started seeing what the foundations and what they was about. So, listen, the names that you just mentioned there, great signings if they could any of them can get through. But then it's about relaying messages, training day in, day out. Right, this is your role, this is your responsibility.
And you don't think that the players are buying into Ralph's approach, do you? You said that in the build-up.
Yeah, I don't, and that's why I don't think you've. They're in a team in progress at the moment, but top players get messages early, and if they want to take on board what he's trying, and like we see against Crystal Palace in the first game, we see an identity, we see them pressing from the front with intent, we see the roles and responsibilities, knowing what they're going to do, and it takes time, yes, because there's going to be elements where players switch off, but we haven't seen that. We see it in 1 or 2 games and flashes, and ultimately it comes down to the players. Do they want to do it? Are they going to go out and do the hard yards? Are the Ronaldos, your Rashfords, Sanchos, are they going to go and do the hard yards week in, week out, which is the way the Rangnick likes to play?
I agree.
I look at it and just think that, listen, the way that they've started under Rangnick, I think at the beginning it was about the first game you saw a change, like I agree with what Steve said. But from what I'm hearing, there hasn't been many days they've had the full squad and team on the training pitch to work on things. And I think that's where you get things right. That's where you see the end result is seeing it out on here, but you've got to have the time on the training field to do that, and I don't think he's been afforded that as yet. So that's been an issue for him, but also confidence. This club hasn't just become a club that isn't challenging for the title overnight. It's been a long time. It's been a sustained period that they've been in this position. So the confidence that they're lacking has been there for a long time. Listen, an £80 million defender, captain, low on confidence. Now he's out of the team. Do you know what I mean? Marcus Rashford today, the hopes of Man United for a period of time was on his shoulders. Sub today, comes on, makes an impact though. So you can't sit here and say that we're expecting them to produce miracles immediately under this new manager. But again, I'll go back to the point, you want to see improvements on a consistent basis. And from today onwards, you'd like to think, right, a result now that we got today, a good win, a difficult place to come.
Yeah.
There's something to build on now, hopefully.